Hey guys, welcome to another video. I want to talk about Lauren Chen this time. So I'm going to analyze her case and most importantly answer the following question. Is Lauren Chen part of the alt-right? For those of you who don't know what the alt-right is, the alt-right is a movement that was named by a person named Richard Spencer, who is an alt-right member himself. So it is a very heavily white nationalistic and neo-Nazi movement, and I'm here to figure out whether Lauren Chen is part of that movement. So is she a part of it? Well, we'll find out shortly. So make sure you're ready for my analysis on this topic. Let's introduce her. Lauren Chen was born on June 30th, 1994. She's a well-known conservative commentator who has amassed a significant following, for her outspoken views on various political and social issues. The first time that she appeared was on Blaze TV, which is a very popular conservative media outlet. She was previously known as the Roaming Millennial. Many see her as a staunch defender of conservative values. But is that really the case? Let me start off by saying that yes, I do think it is the case, and I do think that Lauren Chen is a conservative and holds to those traditions very well. But in many ways, she's also not a mainstream conservative. And here's why I think that. What I really think is that she's more of a far-right individual, and far-right oftentimes is known for their fascist-like tendencies and mindsets, very similar to how a lot of far left people are, just the opposite side of the coin. As she continued to progress in her journey on YouTube, she began to change her stance and views on many things, particularly her views on Jews and Israel, and she had a lot to say about this topic. For example, when prominent white supremacist and anti-Semite Nick Fuentes lambasted Israel and call it a, quote, repugnant government, unquote, Lauren Chen called that a more balanced and rational take on Israel and Palestine than the entire political class. That class, of course, being conservatives in general. Nick isn't the only one that Lauren associates with, however. In 2017, Lauren did a 3-part interview with alt-right leader Richard Spencer, which I mentioned earlier, and he was the one who coined this term alt-right. And just recently did another live stream with somebody else who is a white nationalist from Ireland named Keith Woods. Doing these interviews with these individuals shows that Lauren is trying to hide behind a veil of open-mindedness when inviting such individuals and platforming them. But in reality, what it communicates is that she is indirectly promoting their views instead of being outspoken about them herself. She doesn't want to be the mouthpiece of possibly anti-Semitic ideas. She wants somebody else to speak for her. These 3 individuals all are well known for hating Jews and other minorities. They have been known to make multiple racist statements and are associated with various white nationalist and racist organizations. So given this information, why is Lauren associating with such individuals? It's simple. Lauren is looking to get publicities and views since, unfortunately, she cannot maintain a lot of viewership, nor can she maintain, from what it seems to me lately, a rational and somewhat centrist viewpoint. In other words, she's not even right of center. She is just completely gone extreme on the right. When the arguments for her views become scarce, it tends to be that anyone, not just Lauren, of course, would move further and faster in the direction in which they were already heading. So what are some of the psychological reasons why I think Lauren has moved too far to the right and might even be considered a white supremacist or at least a white nationalist, despite being only half white and half Asian? Well, it's convenient. and they're willing to use her platform and promote themselves further. This helps her and this helps them. So she gets an emotional boost from having such viewership and notoriety on the internet. For her, what this meant is this generated more followers for Lauren. But unfortunately, a lot of those followers are radical right-wingers and virulent anti-Semites. Well, as I mentioned earlier, is Lauren far-right and anti-Semitic? I don't really know for sure, but she oftentimes uses the same talking points that anti-Semites use, and she seems very comfortable and friendly with them. This tells me that if she is not directly anti-Semitic, at the least, she is very sympathetic to anti-Semitic people and feels comfortable with them, which tells me that psychologically she feels at home with such individuals and shares a lot in common with them. Otherwise, why would she be associating with them so much? Finally, do I suggest listening to Lauren for political commentary? Sure. I think she could be useful, but I wouldn't say that she should be the only or main source of your commentary. Instead, I think that you should treat her as merely one of many voices out there who have an opinion, just like yours truly. I think we're all entitled to our own opinions. It's protected under the First Amendment of the Constitution, but we should make sure to resist the somewhat natural tendency to become extreme and associate much with extremists. Something I feel that Lauren is not doing a very good job of, which again I lament, because she is highly intelligent and it's very enjoyable listening to her content, and I feel like I learn a lot from her. As I mentioned, I think her channel still has a lot of good content, but I suspect that she is selling a bit of her morals in order to garner more publicity and more notoriety when she is openly promoting people on the alt-right. Extremists, whether they're on the left or on the right, should not be held as, quote, rational and moderate, unquote, role models for the majority of the population to listen to. They don't relate to the majority of the population, so why should people listen to them? Instead, what we need to do is we need to expose such individuals, regardless of their viewpoints, for their radicalism in order for others to be weary of them and not get bamboozled by their fine-sounding words and sentences, because they're very crafty in articulating their message to make it seem that it's more moderate than it really is. When in reality, when you peel back all of the layers of complex and nuanced words that they use, you encounter a very hateful and dark ideology. That's all for today. If you enjoyed watching this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below. I will say this though, make sure your comments are respectful and engaging, as I will be moderating my comment section from now on due to receiving a lot of trollish comments from trolls who oftentimes just give useless feedback. But for everyone else who agrees or disagrees with me, please mention it to me, but do so respectfully in the comment section below. I look forward to our dialogue. Thanks for watching.